Hello everyone, I'm Corey and we're talking Manpower. Today I'm with Miss Susan Anthony. She's the Director of Manpower and Force Analysis at the United States Army Training and Doctrine Command. Miss Anthony, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So please tell me a little bit about your role here at TRADOC.
My primary role is to manage the manpower in the command and to ensure we have the correct resources in the right spots, to make sure our soldiers are trained and ready when they get to the units they are assigned to.
So what type of missions or projects are you currently working on?
The biggest project we've been working on recently has been the grade plate. So we're trying to help the Army ensure that we've got the right grades in the right spots for the officers and to get the bubbles leveled. And for us, we had a lot of branch immaterial positions across TRADOC for various reasons. And what we agreed to do was help them to move some of those into branch-specific MOSs to help them level out. So we're working on that. We got some of it done in what we're calling Phase 1, and we're going to move forward and do some more for them in Phase 2.
So what are some of the unique benefits and some of the unique challenges of doing manpower and force management here at TRADOC?
So some of the unique benefits for me, having worked at the headquarters level and worked at a smaller command, when I came to TRADOC, I was able to get a lot closer to the soldiers. And when I say that, I get closer to the soldiers at a younger age, primarily when they come in to the Army, as early as when they hit the reception battalions. And it really makes you see what you're doing and what you're doing this for. It puts a different perspective on it. It makes you proud of what you do every day. And that's truly a benefit. You know, a lot of people think what we do doesn't have a direct impact, but it does. And it makes you proud of what you do. It makes you excited about what you do. The challenges are where the Army's headed. We're getting smaller. I don't know that our missions are necessarily changing, but we have to be more strategic. We have to think about what do we really need to do in the future? Where could we use some of the techniques and skills that we've learned, Lean Six Sigma, process improvement, and so forth, to lean out what we used to do or how we used to do business to better utilize the resources we have to get the missions done.
So I know that balancing funding cuts and manpower restrictions is an extremely tricky business. So how do you maintain balance, ensuring that TRADOC is sufficiently staffed for its important training missions?
Well, for me, I work with my partners across the staff. There is not one thing that I do here that I can do alone. We work very closely with the folks in PAE and budget here within the G8, but also work across the other staffs within TRADOC. That's the G3, the G1, the G4, because it's not just the dollar resources, it's the equipment resources, it's the on-board personnel resources. There's many factors that go into constrained resources. So you have to pull a team of experts together and figure out how are we going to get the best bang for what we have to get the missions done, because anywhere you go, we're going to continue to do what we've always done with the mindset of we're not going to fail at any mission. So I would say that you have to reach out with your partners across the staffs and make sure that you all are in agreement and understand what each other is doing to move ahead.
So how did you get your start in manpower?
That's really a funny question. So I started in manpower at USA FISA, which is now USA FEMSA, as a GS1.
They have GS1s?
They have GS1s, as they did when I started. I came to school half a day. I went to high school half a day and then came to school about noon. And I started working for Bruce Gray, who let me work for him for about a month and then quickly fired me, and Mr. Kroll saved me. And thankfully he did, and I worked for him at FISA for about 12 years. And then went on to INSCOM and then on to TRADOC here. But yeah, I started as a GS1.
So how do you engage with the CP11 community here?
We are partnered with the CP11 community, so I work very closely with them. Here in TRADOC, we have a small cell, a training cell in the G8, and we work hand in hand with CP11. So one way that I'm partnered with them is my staff is alongside with the CP11 community working to get FM certified. There is nothing that we do in Manpower that is so unique from what the CP11 community does. We all manage resources. The only difference is one is manpower, one is dollars. So Mrs. Elmerson thought it was very important that we all get certified in FM Cert. So we work hand in hand. All of our projects we work together. A lot of the training we attend is the same. It's kind of invisible here what career program we belong to. We are partners. At the end of the day, we are all partners.
Kind of so integrated that it's not like CP11 sit on the left and CP26 sit on the right.
Exactly.
We're all just kind of here for the same...
We're here for the same purpose, to serve the soldier.
So why do you think it's important for a CP26 intern to rotate here at TRADOC, and what perspective would they get should they come?
I think it's important for the interns to rotate to a large command, to a 4-star command. I think they get a different perspective here just because of what we do and how we have to work with our schools and centers below us. I work with the CP26 office to allow any intern they have to come rotate with me. I manage interns a little bit differently. So the interns that I have that work for me, they go to school, they come back, they're pushed right into projects. I don't send them to school for a year and then bring them back and do developmentals. And I believe in hands-on training. When I came up, I worked all of my stuff hands-on training. I didn't do a lot of actual go-to-class training. So when somebody comes here for a rotation with me, I immediately push them into doing a project. And normally it's a pretty high visibility project. It's maybe a DCG project that I've got working. I think that we don't challenge our interns enough. I think they have a lot to offer. They come out at this from a different perspective. They got a fresh set of eyes. They normally come in with talents, computer skills, and so forth that those of us that have been around for a while don't have anymore. And they can get this stuff done a lot quicker sometimes than even I can. It may not be the way I would do it or some of my senior staff would do it, but it gets to the answer. And it gives me ideas on how I can change the way we do things. And it's good for them. It makes them proud of what they do, and it makes them want to engage. I think it's important. They seem happy with it. They want to do more.
Yeah, allowing them that opportunity to, kind of own their own project, so to speak, and see it from the start to the finish kind of thing, and it's their kind of like their little baby kind of thing.
Absolutely, and it's a different generation. That's what they feed off of. They like that satisfaction of seeing something from cradle to grave and that ownership of that. And if they're here long enough, I take them with me to brief out the project. They've worked it. They get the credit for it.
So you've now hosted 2 CP26 roadshows. Why is it important to continue to offer these presentations?
I think it's important for my staff and I also invite the centers across the country to come in with a rep to sit in on the roadshow. I think it's important for them to stay current in what's going on in the CP26 program, what it has to offer, and what opportunities there are for them. A lot of times you hear employees say there aren't opportunities for me. There's no training available. And sometimes it's just because they don't understand where to go to find it, or they have misconceptions that they may have to sign mobilities to get certain things, or It's various reasons. I can tell them something, but sometimes when you invite someone in from the outside that can present this to them and give them a little bit of counseling, it helps them take the next step.
Some sort of like, let's just stop, reset, prod you a little bit, and give you the information you kind of want.
Absolutely.
As a friendly reminder.
I want to give them every opportunity there is out there to try something, do something, to grow. My job is to grow people. I want every person that works for me one day for me to work for them. I want them to surpass me and go and do great things. That's my job, to grow them.
Well, Ms. Anthony, that's everything I have. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you guys coming here and doing this roadshow with my staff. I appreciate you setting up these podcasts, and I've enjoyed listening to the other leaders in CP26 speak, and it's important for our community, and I appreciate that.
Well, Ms. Anthony, thank you very much. I really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, everyone, that's all we have for this edition of Talkin' Manpower. I'm Corey. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for listening, and we look forward to our next segment. In the meantime, feel free to like CP26 on Facebook, which is facebook.com/ArmyCP26, for the most up-to-date news and information from Career Program 26, Manpower and Force Managers. Until next time, have a great Army day.